The best puzzle games that you should play in 2020 and 2021. Puzzle games help us task our brain and improve our thinking skills while catching lots of fun in the process. In this video, we've put together a list of some of the most exciting puzzle games you should try out this year and the next. Do you want to win any of the items you see on your screen? All you have to do is watch the whole video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. Good luck! Number 10 is GOROGOA. GOROGOA is an exciting and engaging puzzle game developed by a sensational game expert, Jason Roberts. His initial idea was to create a graphic novel, but his plan failed, and his puzzle took him nearly 6 years to complete. GOROGOA is played by carefully studying and arranging images that are placed in a 2x2 sized grid. The images must be carefully studied to find a unique connection with other images so that the pieces can be perfectly put together to complete a puzzle and to tell a full story. The game is published by Annapurna Interactive. It's available on PC, PS4 and 5, and Xbox One. It can also be played on the Android smartphone. Number 11 is Sushi Striker. Sushi is an action-packed puzzle game that players play using a character called Musashi, who's on a quest to put an end to the tyrannical ruler who monopolized the world's sushi and also forbids anyone from eating it. Sushi Striker is played to defeat foes and bosses by selecting same-colored sushi from a moving conveyor belt displayed by sushi's different colors. To damage your opponents, you use the number of sushi colors you've collected over time to create special attacks on enemies. If you have collected enough of the same colored sushi, you can also empower your companions with special attacking combos to help you defeat your enemies. Sushi Striker can be played as single player or multiplayer, developed by Nintendo Indie Zero, and was also available on the 3DS and Switch consoles. And number 10 is Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker.
For one huge treasure hunting adventure. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a much admired puzzle game and was developed by Nintendo. It's initially released on Wii U, but is available on Switch and 3DS. Initially, Captain Toad was developed in 2015, but its most recent version has improved graphics and more quality. In Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, the player plays as Captain Toad, a tiny character from the Super Mario world whose feet are too weak to jump. Captain Toad has been upgraded severely since it was developed. In late 2018, it incorporated multiplayer features, including Nintendo Enhanced ports. Nintendo has sold over 1 million copies of Captain Toad, which makes it a bestseller. It's available on Nintendo Switch and Android devices. And number 9 is Bomb Chicken. Bomb Chicken was developed by Nitro and is available on the Nintendo Switch and on Android smartphones. For Android users, it is available on the Google Play. The game was first released for American and Europeans by the Nintendo eShop download service. Bomb Chicken is a 2D puzzle game where chickens master the art of escaping an enemy-owned food processing plant by laying bombs to destroy villains from the plant. Whenever the chicken lays an egg, it gives players a rare chance to stack bombs together and creates big explosive bangs, causing severe damage on enemies. You can also defeat distant enemies by pushing a bomb before it detonates in the enemy's direction. Number 8 is Battle Chef Brigade. Battle Chef is an action game that incorporates 2 different gameplay modes. The first is a tile puzzle matching game, while the other is a side-scrolling brawler game. To play Battle Chef, you're presented with a Tetris, on which you are to place some cooking ingredients in a 4x4-sided cooking space. You get cooking ingredients by exploring your surroundings and killing exotic creatures. The puzzle involves matching the flavor of the jams to their color to increase the quality of the dish being prepared. The quality of the dish you prepare depends on how many gems you can rank. Before the time runs out, you're expected to deliver the dish to the judge to review. Battle Chef multiplayer allows you to go head-to-head with other chefs. This game was developed by Trinket Studios and published by Adult Swim Games. You can play Battle Chef Brigade on PC, Nintendo, and on smartphones. Number 7 is Fez. I'm sure you've all been waiting for this. This list will be incomplete without your favorite puzzle game, Fez. In Fez, you control a character called Gomez, who collects a Fez hat, which reveals the true nature of the world, as it's just one missing part of 4. Gomez has to put his world in order. He does this by collecting cubes and arranging them to form a complete world. He varies his views and changes his perspective to find in which he can align and put his broken world together. Fez has no enemies or bosses to bash, and no penalty for loss. Gomez simply tests his knowledge of geometry, shapes, and patterns by putting his world together. This game's rotation and alignment feature enables players to unlock new levels of designs and more interesting patterns. Fez is developed by Polytron, a popular game developer, and was published by Trapdoor. Number 6 is The Bridge. The Bridge is developed by the Quantum Astrophysics Guild. It features a beautiful surreal environment with a sketch landscape and some type of grayscale. The theme of the game is said to have drawn inspiration from the beautiful works of the famous artist M.C. Escher. The Bridge requires a great deal of reasoning. In this puzzle, you can switch planes in an environment. For instance, you can turn the world upside down and reverse the effects of gravity. There are several levels in the game, and the main objective is to exit the room by finding the door. The Bridge was developed by a classic developer, Ty Taylor. You can play The Bridge on Windows and Linux operating systems, Android and iOS smartphones, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, 4, and 5 respectively. And number 5 is Vignettes. Skeleton Business did a wonderful job in developing Vignettes, a masterclass unique puzzle game. Vignettes is void of any type of character, text, or symbol. All you need to do is manipulate objects from different angles, rotating them, changing their orientation and positions to create a new object entirely. You might start the game with a box. Tapping one corner of the box, spinning the box around, you end up forming a table. Tap the color until it fades away to give rise to a new object, etc., etc. Continue changing and spinning, and you might just end up forming a guitar. Vignettes is considered a physics game that reveals the intent and secret nature of things. The game doesn't require much reasoning and isn't very difficult either. It's cool for people who want to simply relax. And number 4 is The Gardens Between. The Voxel agents did an amazing piece of work by putting up this puzzle. The Gardens has 20 unique stages you must pass through and solve the puzzle. The unique characters of the puzzle are Ariana and Frank. In this puzzle, you can't control them. The only variable you can control is time. You need to move time backwards or forwards to influence Ariana and Frank's abilities to maneuver obstacles. Gardens Between is actually a very short game, so you can enjoy it while it lasts. As you progress through the levels, you get to know the characters better and understand the bond existing between them. Number 3 is the Room series. The Room series was developed by Fireproof Games. This game consists of a 3D room divided into 4 parts, and each of the rooms has a unique hidden puzzle you must solve. You must solve the puzzle as many times as possible to win the game. As you complete each stage of the puzzle, expect the next to be more difficult than the previous. The Room series has a very short story. When you start playing the game, some letters are displayed from a mysterious box in the room. These letters are tips to help you solve the puzzle. As you progress through the puzzle, more hints and notes are given to the player by an unknown character who has previously solved the mystery of the boxes. You can play the Room series on Android, iOS, Nintendo Switch, and Windows OS. Number 2 is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Another amazing work from the Nintendo developers. Breath of the Wild may not be a puzzle game entirely, however it has some puzzle features you would surely find exciting. The most recent versions of the game have more puzzles than the previous versions. Instead of playing an adventure or mission, you could choose to play puzzles instead. The puzzles could be simple or very complex depending on the level. Puzzle games become tougher as the time to complete the puzzle is very minimal. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is developed by Nintendo ADP and is available for play on Wii U and Nintendo Switch. Number 1 on the list, we have Limbo. Limbo is developed by Playdead Studios. This puzzle game is about a kid who suddenly gets lost and finds himself in the center of a forest. Desperate to find his sister, he begins to wander in the forest filled with death traps and monsters ready to leap on sight. The game can be divided into 2 parts. The first part is a confrontation with big dead monsters ready to wreck you. You must do it all to defeat and avoid these monsters. The second half is a series of puzzles you have to complete to win the game. That's all we have for you today. If you think we missed a puzzle on this list, drop it in the comment section below. Until next time, keep gaming.